Okay, where we get up to? Got up to the bottom of Samach Chesam Beis, right? Yeah. We're on Samach Chesam Beis, 5 lines up from the bottom. Okay, see it. We're back to the Refuah Gemaras. Yeah, 5 lines up. Yeah. Now, Ladama Dereisha. Okay, it's just a dry daf. It's straight. It's pretty much straight Refuah for the next blot and a half. Okay, so Ladama Dereisha, what do you do for bleeding in the head? So Lacey,
Where are you?
5 lines up from the bottom.
What daf?
Samach Chesam Beis towards the end of the 5th line.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so anyway, so blood in the head. So Lacey, Shurbano Bino Va'asadara, so bring some sort of wood, all right, and willow and myrtle. Asa's what do you call it? Hadassim. Right? V'zeisa v'chilfa v'chilpi dima v'yavla. Olive, right? That's zeisa. Chilfa, I don't know exactly what that is. Right? Dima is like samim, right? V'yavla and v'leshlukinu b'hadi adadi, cook them together. Actually, cook them in hot water together. V'linto tlas mea kasi ahai gisa deresha. Take 300 cups and put it on this side of the head. With tlas mea kasi ahai gisa deresha, and put 300 cups on the other side of the bed. V'ilain, if you can't do that, Lacey varda chivari dekai b'chad dara. Take a white rose that have the leaves only on one side. I don't know where you're finding that, but the lishluke, and then also cook it up, boil it up. The lintel shisin kasi ahai gisa dereisha, put 60 cups on one side of the head. Shisin kasi ahai gisa dereisha, put 60 cups on this side of the head, and that's it. And then that will hopefully take care of the bleeding. Let's lichta for a headache. All right, Rashi says it's a headache on half the size of the half of the head.
He says here a migraine.
Is that what a migraine is?
I don't know. He says he says here a migraine headache, which is Rashi says a pain of half the head. I don't know.
Right, Rashi says it's a headache on half the head. All right, I guess I don't know if that's how you define a migraine. I guess that's the way article is defining a migraine. Anyway, so Lacey Tana Goylabra, which we had in the previous Gemara, take a wild rooster, the lishkate bezuza chivari, and then shecht it with a white zuz. That's a literal touch. Rashi says dina shel kesef, silver, right? Ahu gisa dekavle, and you shecht it again. You're shechting above the guy's head, on the half the head that it hurts. And make sure that the eyes don't become blind from the blood. And then hang the rooster, right, on the door, in the doorway of the house. When he goes in, he's gonna rub against it. When he leaves, he's gonna rub against it. On Tamid Aleph now, Samach Tesamid Aleph. So that's it. So that's one for headaches. Lubrukasi. Yeah. So that's a chayli shabayin, some sort of problem with the eye. So Lacey akrava the shev chamri, bring an akrev, a scorpion that has 7
cataracts.
Cataracts. Okay, thank you. So put it in, right? So. Okay, yeah, so cataracts. So bring a scorpion that's a 7-colored scorpion. It's spotted with 7 colors. V'nisyavshe betula, and you should make it dry in the shade. V'nishchak, and grind it. Tarti mansa kochla v'chada mansa mine. Take take 2 parts of kuchla's chol is like this blue eye makeup type thing, all right, and 1 mana of the scorpion, v'limle plus a mikli b'hayena, and take three portions and put it into this eye, plus a mikli b'hayena, and take another 3, put it in the other eye, tfei limli, but don't do any more than that, the Eli, because if you don't know about this, meaning if you don't be careful in this paka ene, then the eye is gonna blow up. Fine. The shavriri delelia. Shavriri delelia means he goes blind at night. All right. Is there such a thing as that? Night blindness? I mean, I know it's harder to drive at night. Is that?
Yes, there is night blindness. People have that.
Yeah, such a thing. Night blindness.
Yeah.
Okay. I hear. Okay. So Nasi Shudra Barka. So you take a rope, a string of hair from a behemoth, or really it's from the tail of a horse or a cow. Benisa chada karamine, and tie one of your legs. The chada karam made kalba, and then one tie, meaning you're tying one end of the rope on your leg, tie the other end of the rope on a dog. And then kids should take chaspa. Chaspa is like earthenware, broken earthenware, and go with him or go after him and tell him asa kalba akasa darnagoyla. Asa kalba means an old dog, and kasa the tarnagoyla means a stupid shaita. A tarnagoyla that's a shaita. Beligvi shev umtzi mishiva bati. Then he should get 7 pieces umtzi's raw meat from 7 houses. And then he should take this meat like we did before and put it in the doorway. And the kulkuli damasa. And he should eat it in the garbage disposal areas of the city. Then after that, he should take that string, the rope off. Right? And he should say the shabriri, the pliny bar planisa, the blindness of this and this person. Shavkinu the pliny bar planisa, leave it by this other person. And velechru lekalba v'visa de'ena. And then they should, lechru means to blow into the eyes of the dog. All right, whatever this means. Fine, right. The shavriri to your mama. Now that's blindness of the day. So what is that? Is that regular blindness? It doesn't sound like it.
Night blindness means that night blindness is not 100% blindness. I don't know what day blindness means.
I don't know. Okay, let's read the Yamama. Lacy Shiva Sumki Megava de Chivsa. Take 7. Sumchi is a tchol, is a spleen. Megavna de Chivasa, from the inside of animals. V'natvinu a chaspa de umna, and then you fry them or roast them on the chaspa is the broken earthenware of umna, of a blood letter. V'leis of iu megavoy, and the guy who's blind should sit inside. And somebody else outside. Avira, and the blind guy is supposed to say, Havli de equal, give me to eat. And the other one should start saying, Sav echol, satisfy yourself and eat. And after he eats, he should break the earthenware. And if he doesn't break the earthenware, then it's going to come back to him. Fine. What about blood that comes from the nose? Lacy Gabra Kayan to Shmei Levi. Bring a Kayan whose name is Levi. Levi the Mafreya, and he should write the name Levi the Mafreya, meaning backwards. If you can't do that, Lacy Inish Me'alma brings Stama man, and he should write Ana Papi Shila Barsumki the Mafreya. Papi Shila Barsumki. Write that whole thing backwards. If you can't do that, Niftav Le, Hachi, write this. tam deli b'mei kesef, the tam of a bucket that's in water that's made out of silver, tam deli b'mei pagam, should taste from the bucket that has bad water in it. V'loi, and if you can't do that, lacy ikr aspasta, you should bring the ikr is a root of aspasta, which is some sort of animal food. V'ashla the puriatika, and take a rope from a bed. Right back then, the beds, they used to make the beds with, like, well, I guess up here maybe they have it also in camps. Right, they have ropes on the beds. The cortisa omarika, and Rashi says it's some soft paper, and marika is krug. Rashi says saffron. The sumka the lulav, and then take the red part of a lulav, v'naklinu b'hadi adadi, and it means to really roast them together, right, with fire. The lasik vavada amra, then you bring a ball of wool, v'nigdal tartip silta, and twist them into 2 wicks, the litmish b'chala, and put it into vinegar, the nigdaval b'kitma hadain, and then put them into the ashes, the neisa b'nechira, and then put it on the bloody nose. I don't know. That seems like a whole lot harder than just writing the name of a kohen named Levi backwards. Okay. I guess bloody noses are much more common because the Gemara is going through many options here of what to do for a bloody nose. Viloi, and then we have another one. Viloi, lechsi amas hamayim da'asis mimizr klapi ma'ariv. Go find an amas hamayim, like a stream that flows from east to west. V'nifsa, and jump over it or step over it. V'nekum chad karo lahai gisa. And then basically what you do, the chad karo lahai gisa, basically you want to spread your legs so one leg is on one side of this stream, and the other leg is on the other side of the stream. V'nishkol tina biyade, and then take mud with his biyade the yamina, take it with your right hand, mituse kara de smala, and put it under the left foot. Biyade the smala, mituse kara de yamina, take the left hand and put it under the right foot. V'nigdol tartip silta da amra, and take and twist two wicks of this wool. V'nitmish patina, and put it bury it into the mud. And then after that, take those wicks with the mud on it from this left hand, right hand, left hand, and put it in the nose.
Rabbi Stein, are we supposed to take this stuff as like stuff that was gained through Ruach HaKodesh or superstitious?
Neither. I don't think it's
because these guys are playing hokey pokey by the river and Twister, and it's just hard to take it seriously.
Right. So basically, you have a few different. I discussed it on Friday a little bit, but maybe we didn't. I don't know. Right now, basically, there's a couple of different approaches to this. One is that the Metzias changed medically, and since our bodies are totally different, this stuff doesn't work. Or that we're on a different level, and it's, I guess, I don't know if it's Ruach HaKodesh, but it's a different, it's a different thing, and these are not negay. Either way, everybody says that doing these things are not negay anymore. Okay, so why do we have to learn it? I don't know, because it's in the Shas, so we got to do it. Right? V'iloi leisiv tusei marziva, sit under a marzik, some flowing water, v'naisi maya, bring water, v'lishtei.
Excuse me, Yaakov, what did we say? What changed?
The mitzias of our bodies change. That these things don't they no longer work for our bodies. I forgot who says that. But
what right do we have that which physical mitzias changed? What's the right for?
I don't know. I mean, we have a lot of things that medically no longer are applicable in the mitzias of our bodies. I don't know if there's any other rayas to that. I mean, the raya is that we don't do this anymore. Question is the reason why we don't do it because it stopped working. I don't know. Anyway, so v'iloi, and if you can't do that for the bloody nose, leisiv tusei marziva, put it under a flowing water, v'neisi maya, and bring water. And pour it on him whatever the source of the water is that's being poured on him, pour more water on it. The lamer would say, "Ki hechi de paski hani maya." The same way this water stopped, lifts like dameh the plani bar planisa. The blood of this guy should stop bleeding. Ladama the asimi puma. So how about a bleeding mouth? But kinale begilu de chitzcha. So you have to check him out with chita, with wheat. Isarich. If the blood sticks to the wheat, that means it's coming from the lungs, meaning the reason he's bleeding from his mouth, from the throat, really. So if it sticks, so then it's then he has a takana. V'iloi mikav the kasi, then it's coming from the liver. For less late takanta, then there's nothing you do. If the liver is bleeding, then it's internal bleeding, and you're not going to be able to do anything about it. So I want to ask, some of the Rav Ami, the Rav Ashi, Ifcha Tanan, but we learned the opposite, right? But by Hilchos Treifa, Nitala Kaved, if the liver was removed, and there's nothing left of the liver, and that's one way of making a treifa, meaning the animal's not going to live the year. Or the lungs, that there's a hole in it, or there's something missing from the lungs, right? And that's also enough to make a treifa. So you see that a missing liver totally is the same thing as a lung that's partially messed up. So you see clearly that a lung is worse. So before we said that if the bleeding from the mouth is coming from the lung, then it's actually better. So Malay, Kivan the Mipume Kasim, since it's coming from the mouth, Amar Ismuchi Ismach. Right? So we have to think that the liver is totally gone, and there's nothing left, and it went and how does it go? Rashi says there's nothing left of the liver, and if it goes through the lungs, and somehow the lungs are connected, right? And the blood's going to the lungs, and that's why it's going out that way. Okay, so Amar, if it's coming from the lungs, then you have a way to fix the bleeding. My takante. So what's the takana? Lacy shiva kune mipirma de silka. Bring 7 fistfuls of purma de silka. Silka's beets, right? And so you cut up some beets and you bring it. The shiva kune pirma de karti, and bring 7 handfuls of leek, v'chamisha kuni preda, and 5 handfuls of preda, the tlasa kuni de tafachi, and 3 handfuls of beans, v'kuna de kumuna, and kumin, of a handful of kuna, v'kuna de chavli, and a handful of chavli. Right, so I don't know what that is. We connect on kansa patirta. I mean, a chevel is a rope usually, so I don't know if it means like ropes that we brought before for the bloody nose. Maybe, I don't know. We'll connect on kanta petirta, and the equivalent of that is the Rashi says it's a peta rechem leima, the firstborn. Take the fats of a firstborn, the liv shol, and then cook all of this v'leichel, and then eat it. The lishti of basrei shikra charifa de teves, and then go. And after that, drink sheikh beer, sharp beer from Teves, right, from the winter, and that hopefully will heal the bleeding lungs. Okay, lakacha, right? That's some sort of toothache. Amar Rav Huna, Lacy tuma yichida. Take one garlic head, v'nimirse v'mishcha umilcha, and what you want to do is you want to like melt it down into oil and salt, v'nisvei atufrei the ilyoina, and put it on the tufrei, means the nails of ilyoina, of the thumb, right? Dahu gisa the kavle, do it on the side of whichever hand on that side the teeth are hurting. V'nederle gedanfa delisha, and then put around it gedanfa is a ring of lisha's dough. And be careful that it doesn't touch the skin, the kashli chivri, because that can cause tzaras. Okay, lechinchi. Chinchi is like these boils that are in the throat. Yeah. So Amar Rav Yochanan, what it is chumsi. So what you have to do is chumsi ki mamru, some sort of Rashi says some sort of leaves that are good for refuah, from some sort of Aramaic leaves. Yeah. Ve'ikra the chumsi adif mimra, and the root is better than this mimra, V'ninka b'pumi, and put into his mouth, and then hani lo'okmi, and that's going to stop it. That's going to stop whatever these boils are that's in his throat, right? Love shule, and then basically what you want to do is literally means to cook them, meaning you want to get all the pus together so you could pop the pimples. So laisi pari deresh nafya, bring some junk from the top of a sifter, right? So you have a sifter that sifts the wheat. So take some of the stuff that's stuck in the top, which is obviously junk, and take beans that are in the dirt, the shayvulita and tilson, right? Rashi says fenugreek. That one finally, the Laze Rashi is fenugreek, whatever fenugreek is, but I know it's some sort of spice. The chumrasa the kshusa, and some sort of flour, yeah, that grows, yeah, v'ninkoit bamguza bapume, and put it the size of a nut in his mouth, laftuche, and then so that to open it, meaning now that will gather all the pus together. Now, how do you pop it? The friend should take this white, what do you call it? Cress. We haven't seen cress yet. All right. Put it through some sort of straw that's made out of wheat, lasuke, right? And then to totally get rid of it, lacy afra mitula de besakise, bring dirt from that's in the shade of the besakise, v'nigvol beduvsha v'neichel, mix it with honey and eat it, the malile, and that will help. Yeah, fine. Leparsam, yeah, right? It's something that comes from the head and goes through the nose. Yeah. Lacy kipistika de nishtor. Bring it's some sort of gallnut made out of rice. Rashi says ammonica. I don't know, ammonia. I'm not exactly sure what this is. Yeah. And you take the size of a nut from this, some sort of honey type, something sweet. And then you fill up a spoonful of white honey. And take a how do you call it? A bas mechuzah that's from mechuzah, from chuzah. I'm sorry, it's the name of the place, right? It holds a revius. Rashi says a natl is a revius, and you take some sort of clear wine that's not red. Cook it together. And when it's all cooked up, then when you cook it all up, and then you drink it. If you can't do that, lacy revius of the chalba, the isa chibati, take a revius of a white goat onto a base. Samach test on a base now. The netaife atlas kilchi krava, and let it drip into 3 stalks of some sort of leafy vegetable, right? V'nevkashe begavza de marmin, and then mix it with a stick of a marmin tree. Sorry, v'chibashel gavza the marmin bashel kule. When that piece of wood gets cooked in there, make sure it's totally cooked, and then have it. Be light, and if you can't, lysi nafki the kabachivara, bring the feces of a white dog, the nigvel nenatva and how do you call it? Knead it with natva is 3, like it's a balls of a kavod efsha. But if you can, nafka loy nechel, don't eat the excrement, the mafrik, because that it messes up your limbs. Okay, legira, gira. So Rashi says, chayli shekarin ashpunta. Right? Okay. It's some sort of sharp pain. That's in the next Rashi. It says, Laisi gira de lilsa, take an arrow of lilsa. Yeah, so that's Rashi says it's some sort of stone that falls with borod. Okay, v'nifche, put it upside down. V'nishte mayi love it. V'nishte, put water on top of it and drink it. V'iloi leisi mimayi de ishti minai o kalba belelia. Take water that a dog drank from it at night. V'nizdar migiluya, but be careful that it shouldn't be gilui, right? Gilui, you shouldn't leave it out. Fine. Ligiluye. What happens if a guy drank gilui, water that was left out? Now, water that was left out, we're always scared that a snake may eat it. So what do you do with that? Anpaka de chamrachaya, take an anpak, right? Rashi says that also holds a revius of fresh wine, the mursa. So what do you do for mursa? Anpaka de chamra ba'ala tulana. You take an anpak of wine that's mixed with talash shani, Rashi says, whatever that is. I think the article says it's what do you call it? Aloe. The pircha the liba for something with the heart, a weak heart. Lacy tlas broshiyasa desari. Take 3 chalas made out of barley, and ishterinu be kamcha deloy avari love arba and yamin, and put them into kamcha that's not 40 days old. V'nechel, drink it. Then eat it. V'nishti a basrayo chamra marka, and afterwards drink some sort of chamra marka that's already diluted wine. If you're going to drink that, then for sure his heart is going to go crazy, right? So I did it not for a weak heart, but a Rashi says his heart is heavy on him. Yeah, but for a heart that's weak, take the 3 loaves of barley, finish the renu b'duvsha, soak them in honey, v'nechel, and eat it. Finish the abasrayo chamra chaya. Then after that, drink fresh wine that was not diluted. Fine. The tzircha deliba, that's heart pain. Rashi says, Lacy tlas b ninya, take 3 eggs of ninya. Ninya is what do you call it? That's what they call it in Hebrew, right? Mint, right? Ninya is mint flavor. Ubiyas of the kamaina, and a beya, an egg of cumin. Ubiyas of the shumshri, and an egg worth of sesame. The lake only need all of them, so that will help for heart pain. Like that's I guess that's heartburn. I don't know. The koi may for indigestion for stomach ache. Lacy tlas may a pipuli arichta. Take 3 long things of pepper. And every day, drink 100 of them in wine. So I'm not sure what you do with the 300 kernels of pepper. Right, 300 kernels. I said 3. I meant 300 kernels of pepper, and then every day you take 100 and put it into a cup and drink it with the wine. Okay, and that takes care of it. Rabin Demin Narash Abadla the party to Rav Ashi. Rabin Barash made for Rav Ashi's daughter, who was having these issues, Meya v'chamshin mahani didon, 150 of ours. And she was healed. The likritza is taloim that are in the stomach. That's what do you call it? Parasites. No, something in the worms, right?
Stomach worm.
Stomach worm. Yes. So anpaka the chamra ba'achivadara, an anpak of wine with some sort of leaf, right? The kritza the chivari. What about a white worm? So lacy bizra gilgela, bring a seed of some sort of plant, right? Rashi is urugul. V'nitzaire b'shistag, and wrap it up in cotton. V'nisyara b'maya, and then soak it in water. V'nishta, and drink it. V'nisdar mi benza, but be careful of don't actually drink the kernel. The Eloi minkava it's going to make a hole in the stomach. Fine. The mesar. Mesar means to stop shilshul. Right. So sisin retiva b'maya. Take I don't know what sisin is. Pennyroyal. I don't know what pennyroyal is. Retiva b'maya. It's made wet in water. The mishri to fakert for constipation. Yeveshta b'maya. Take a dried one and put it in the water. V'simonech. And the simon to remember is itza retiva the sakar nahara. Fresh itza that stops up the river. Right, so you take the fresh whatever it is, and that will stop the running stomach. Latichla, so it seems like the spleen is blown up. Lacy Shev Beni Demaya brings 7 aluka shamayim. Aluka is a leech, a water leech. Shinu betula, dry them in the shade. V'chol yom, I don't think it makes a difference what shade it is. V'chol yom nishti tarti tlasa b'chamer. And then every day, have 2 of them, 2 or 3 in wine. I don't know when you have 2, when you have 3. And if not, lacy tachla the sifrisa the lo yiftach. Bring a spleen of a female goat that is iftach, that is not opened yet, meaning they never had kids. Benitcha b'tanura, and put it onto an oven, stick it to an oven. Benuki lahadei, the name on stand there and say ki hechi the yavish high tichla. The same way this tichla, the spleen dries up, niyavish tichla the plani bar planisa, then this guy's spleen should also dry up. The Eloi, and if not, nitchaya beni urbi the base of chazata, right? Take this the spleen of this goat or sheep, I don't know, whatever it was, on a new house, right? V'nema hachi, and then you have to say this. The Eloi. V'nema hachi, and then say whatever we said before. Yeah, ki hechi the yavish high tichla. So then say that whole thing. V'iloi, and if not, live ki shikra the shachav v'shabata. You be matriach until you know somebody who died on Shabbos. V'nishkele liyodei v'noisva tichla, and take the hand and put it on the spleen. V'nema ki hechi the yavish hayada, the same way this hand dries up, the yavish tichlai, the planet of Manisa, so the spleen of this guy should also dry up. V'iloi, and if not, nesi benisa, take a fish, v'natvuye beinafcha, and roast it by a beinafcha, as a blacksmith. Roast it there, v'nech on his fire, v'nechle b'maya the beinafcha, and eat it in the water, right? Meaning the blacksmith always has water, right, to put the metal into. So take some of that water and drink it with it. And then drink again that water. Fine. There was a goat that drank the water from a blacksmith. And when they shechted it, they never found the spleen. Because obviously you see that this blacksmith's water is effective to shrink the spleen. Fine. Lift a chavisa the l'shmei. Open up a barrel of water for himself. And and he said, chavisa the chamra. If he has his own barrel of wine, lo yasi l'kamei demar, he shouldn't come from mar, because you're not gonna have any problems. Anybody has a lot of wine is not gonna have these problems. Ella. Merago pashachris, a person should eat pashachris, the mali lakule gufe, because pashachris helps for the whole body, right? And then we have many gemaras that say pashachris is very healthy to wash in the morning for breakfast. I think the nutritionists say this, that you should wash in the morning pashachris. Fine.
I thought you said this stuff is not again. Now all of a sudden one thing is.
Pashach, I don't know. Pashachris is there's other gemaras about it.
Yes, we enjoy Geschmack bagel. Yes, in the morning.
I'm not trying to. Okay.
What's the big deal? The nutritionist got it from here.
And Hanami, I don't
No,
know.
it's either all the stuff and or not. Not again
No,
anymore.
Pashachris is brought in other things that it's healthy.
Uh-huh.
And a Hanami, I see a lot of healthy people nowadays that don't have Pashachris.
Why does it have to be all or nothing? Why does it have to be all or nothing?
Well, it's easy to understand that it's all enough.
Right.
You say it's not Negea nowadays. So
Well,
then,
it could be something that is similar to what we do now. It doesn't have to be. Why does it have to be all or nothing?
okay, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, the Rushkasa. Rashi says Tachtoinios. That's what's it called? Hemorrhoids. Lacy Akika Bilava. Bring Akikia, Bilavia, and that's the article says that's aloe. Or was it the same? The aloe, they touched something else before. Okay. Vespircha, Umartacha.
Maybe stop using rocks.
Well, that would be helpful. That's preventative, parrots. This is how to heal it. Right? Vespircha, and quicksilver, and this Martacha, the Chumrasa, and the pilon, the sheifan, the chamamisa, and shiafa the chamamisa. Rashi says it's the feces of a dove, and ninkat b'shaki the chisna b'kaita, and wrap them in flax in the summer, right? But the amar gufna b'sisvasa, and in gufna is cotton in the winter. The and if you can't do that, lishti shikra marka, take watered down beer, the shigruna. What shigruna? So that's some sort of what do you call it? The thighs. Yeah, the Rashi says it's for the yerach. Lacy pasi the minuni. Bring a pot of some sort of small fish. Now of the sauce of a small fish. And roll it 60 times on this thigh or hip, the sheets and zimni and then 60 times on the other side. The tzmirta. So tzmirta is I don't know if that's kidney stones, right?
Erich, that's how you get good cigars.
Yeah, if you roll it on your hip. Yeah, so tzmirta is some sort of kidney stones. Nasi klas nutfisa mishcha de kufri. Bring 3 drops of some sort of oil from tar. The klas nutfisa itra, and 3 drops of itra de karti, something from the leeks. Utlas nutufaisa de chamer nikida, 3 drops of white wine or clear wine. And then I'm not sure how he does this, but he should pour it inside his aver. How's he getting it in there? With a funnel? Saying what? You think they had
This is for hemorrhoids?
No, we're past hemorrhoids. Now we're up to kidney stones.
Holy catheter with a pump.
A catheter. I'm saying I guess they had catheters back then, I guess. All right, Velishni le ishba, I'm gonna put it in the aver. Will the isha ba'isem for a woman put into isem makom. And if not, lacy una dezika, bring the ear of a noid of a, what do you call it?
Flask.
A flask. This is another word for it. Okay, a flask. Thank you. And hang it on his aver. I don't know exactly how that works either. Will isha bedadin, and then a woman on her breasts. And if not, lacy chuta, this harisa, the shade duma bas duma, take a chuta de zerusa. So now here's the only thing: a red string, a right to bendel, right? Yeah. That a woman who was chayshid, I stopped in the middle. Some right to bendel, the shanse duma bas duma, right? A woman who's like a zaina, the daughter of a zaina, right? And then hang it on the man's aver, and the woman on the breasts. So I don't know what that's all about. Lacy kina, the zachem in a keva, take a kina, right? That's body lice from a male and a female. The lisli leishba, I'm hang it from the man's aver. I don't know exactly how you do that either. Olisha by Semaka.
Is that a male and female kinim, or is it
No,
kinim
from a kina off a male and a kina off a female. Kinim, according to the Gemara, are spontaneously generated. They do not
Yeah,
have
you
parents.
could be the search party to look for female and male king.
Yeah, according to the Gemara and Shulchan Aruch, kinim are spontaneously generated and they do not have parents. So I'm assuming it means the male from a male and from a female body. Yeah. V'chi mashtin, and when he urinates, nishtin asisna yeveshta b'tzinur dedasha, he should urinate on dry thorns in a doorway. V'nayin b'chamrasa denafkamine, and then he should look out for the urine that comes out of him and look for the stone. Yeah, the malyu lakulit simra, because the stone is good for fever, meaning don't lose that stone, take it. The simra bra, for a fever that's on the outside, lacy tlasa grive sufli, bring 3 saw of date pits, tlasa grive atraf dare, and 3 saw of some sort of leaves, and cook up each one, and sit between them, put them into 2 different cups or bowls, bring a table, and put the bowls on top of the table. And then get up and take go up from this one and put it down on the other one. And take it from this one and put it on top of the other one. Until the hevel, the steam, goes into the guy's body, and then wash the waters. When he drinks, drink from the water from these leaves. But don't drink from the ones from the date pits. Because that can cause the person to become a saurus, not a saurus, he won't be able to become infertile. So that's for external fever. For an internal fever, Lacy Shiva Buni the Silka Mishari, bring 7 handfuls of beets, like we had this before, from 7 different places, Vinishkalino Bafrayo, and then boil it up, cook it up in its dirt, Vinechol, and eat them, Vinishti, and drink it atara ateref adra b'shichra. Drink it with, and when you grind up this adra with beer, or onto medalef now, invi tala b'mayim, or grapes of some sort of palm tree with water. Yeah. Yeah, okay, I guess we'll stop there. We continue. It's almost over. We got about a half hour and more of this, and then it gets into like eating habits. What are the proper eating habits, etc., etc. But okay, I thank you. I hope that was semi-understandable, whatever that means. All right, a good talk.